I'm kind of going to talk about the university debate about putting up the fees. When I first went to university, I think the fees was something like grand and a half a year, and when I finished it was already like £3 grand. But to push it up to about £7 grand to I think it's like £9 is totally unfair. It really kind of limits the amount of I think the range of students that will actually consider going to university because of home financial difficulties or access to finance through the government. And that was one of my main concerns, because obviously I was lucky enough to have local authority help, but even then I had to apply for a student loan, and I'm paying it back now while I'm working. But that was only, I don't know, I think I only borrowed about 10 grand, 10, 15 grand. So it's not going to take me that long to pay back. But when you're having £7 grand fees per year, and I believe the system now it's not a grant anymore, it's a loan. Students are going to be put off because they're going to be thinking, I'm still going to be paying when I'm 55, 60. It's something that will always be there. And again, it's not just the students that are affected. I know from personal experiences that lecturers, university as well, are being forced to cut back on the number of courses they can offer because of the funding they have. One very close example for myself is London Metropolitan this year announced that they were cutting a whole bunch of arts, humanities, drama courses because effectively they just couldn't actually sustain these courses, as well as they weren't going to be raising fees. Well, actually that's undecided yet, but the general consensus of them is that they aren't going to raise fees to the maximum price, but it is going to go up. It's going to go up at least to about 6,000 to 7,000 per course, or depending on the course. But why should a certain group of students have to suffer while others benefit? It's unfair, to be honest. I know some of the lecturers, not only from humanities, from the language courses, which I did over there. I know some of the drama lecturers, some of the choreographers. These guys are amazing. The pieces of work that they come up with are world class, but they can't teach that to the next generation because the university's decided, well, then it's not as important. And I think that's totally unfair. And we a friend of mine ran a very, very public campaign against the Board of Governors, against the Chief Executive, to try and raise an awareness to say, look, why should we have to suffer just because the government has decided to cut funding, and now we've got to do it ourselves? It's very limiting on what the university can do. And okay, fair enough, London Met isn't exactly well known for, as it's not a very well known university for, unlike Imperial or King's, but the quality of teaching over there, especially when it comes to arts and humanities, is probably one of the best in London. It can easily compete. And now the next generation of students are being forced to choose whether to be in debt for the rest of their life and try and get an education, or give up on the dream that they want to do and find another way to live, which I think shouldn't be a choice. If the tools are there, if the university is there, if the courses are there, then the students should be able to do it, and not being forced to give up on something that they've wanted for so long and just muddle through life.